Wow. This is such a great event, and you are such a great audience. Who would have believed that losing my hand would give me the opportunity to do this not once, but twice? I am going to add Ignite Minneapolis to my list of amputation perks. Living life with an obvious hole in my silhouette has brought an appreciation for many things. When something appears to be two-handed, I have an opportunity to choose to do it a new way, to ask for help, or to decide gracefully not to do that thing. I have found benefit in body position, gadgets, and help from others. Did you know that asking someone else to help you, allowing and accepting that help is a gift to you as well as a gift to them? I had a conversation recently about my one-handedness with a very curious 4-year-old. Will it grow back? I bet you can't do a handstand. You're right. But if I really wanted to, I could do an elbow stand. Really wanting to is the operative phrase here, because I have learned how to employ all of my remaining physical assets in order to do those things that I really want to do. I work out with a very creative personal trainer a couple times a week in order to maintain the muscular balance of my back, shoulders, and arms. And it's very embarrassing when your kettlebell and your prosthetic device fall to the floor. Maintaining a sense of humor is key. There are a few perks that come with amputation. I only have half as many age spots as other women. I get to seek half-price manicures, and I will never again lose a pair of gloves. I was shopping one day wearing a jacket where the pocket was still stitched shut, and so as I was wandering through the store, I was fidgeting with my fingers, and then my hand slipped in. Mistake. I couldn't get my hand out. So as I stood there feeling foolish, a salesperson approached and said, "Can I help you with something?" "Yes," I said. "But probably not what you think." Another time, I was shopping and found what I thought was a perfect pair of earrings. Now, I don't always have help when I'm at home, and so I needed to try them on. The sales clerk across the counter was watching me struggle to put it on with one hand, and she said, "You might try too." I said, "Oh, don't I wish." I went on an incredible trip to Nepal where I climbed to 19,200 feet and on one mountain and summited 2 others. Before I left home, I realized that sleeping bag stuffing into a compression sack is not a one-hand friendly thing. So the first day of the trek, I asked a Sherpa if he would please help. I didn't have to ask a second time, and I have added a little extra attention from the Sherpa to my amputation perks list. Summiting the first mountain required climbing over rocks, and I am not very proficient at crawling, and I don't like it much, and I didn't know how I was going to get down. As my anxiety increased, there at my left was a Sherpa. And like a guardian angel, he calmly said, "I'm here to help you down." He held gently to my remaining limb, and we went down with ease, confidence, and remarkable speed. I felt like a gazelle. I am a whole person. Responding to change with resilience requires a positive attitude. Your focus determines your reality. Do you focus on the whole, or do you focus on wholeness? I became a grandmother for the first time 10 months after my surgery, and I spent the entire length of my daughter-in-law's pregnancy borrowing more than a little bit of trouble, worrying about what kind of a grandmother I would be. How was I going to change a diaper? How was I going to change a dirty diaper? How was I going to do sign language? How was I going to play patty cake? How was I going to strap a toddler into a rear-facing car seat? How was I going to put French braids in a little girl's hair? My mind was racing with questions. I only have one hand. A dear friend encouraged me to stop borrowing trouble and to have faith that this child would make room for me the way that I am. And she was so right. I have been so surprised and blessed by the discoveries that my granddaughter has brought to me. Born after having a thalamic brain hemorrhage, Amy is now 11 years old. She is my role model for resilience. In addition to epilepsy, she has compromised use of her right side. Together, we make a perfect pair of hands. Thank you.